As Ben Hunt gets a warm reception here. So they have to win all 5. They have to get to 30. Otherwise, they have to get very creative with their mathematics.
Yeah, just have a look at the stats for Ben Hunt. 15 try assists, 9 forced dropouts, 4 40-20s. Ben Hunt is having an incredible season. In fact, I think it's Ben Hunt's best season as an individual. If you take in what he did in Origin this year, he has been just superb. And their hopes tonight ride on his shoulders. If he can get some space, and the Cowboys did a good job last week to shut Ben Hunt down, well, the Dragons will be in this one. But it's been a poor month for the Dragons. They were outclassed last week in the final 20 minutes as the Sharks make their way out. And there he is, Cade Dykes. That is the story here in the Shire. Adam Dykes, his dad, was a great Shark, 183 first-grade games. There's Cade playing his first game in the number 1 jersey, a 20-year-old who started the season in Jersey Flegg, played 13 New South Wales Cup games, gets his start tonight at De La Salle Caringbah Jr., and he's a third-generation Shark. His granddad, John, and of course Adam, famous. And there's Adam Dykes. What a great 5'8" he was for the Sharks. Debuted in 95 as an 18-year-old. So 2 years younger than what Cade is today, but what a great moment for the family.
And grandfather John played for the Sharks as well. And it's a nice touch, probably serendipitous, that he's wearing a similar style jersey to the style Adam wore. Maybe they can put that side by side one day. But here we go. It's Cronulla looking to really lock in that top 4 spot and get a bit more security against the Dragons playing for their season. Off we go. And it's the Dragons with Blake Laurie first to carry it forward. They've lost 3 of their last 4, St George Illawarra. They've struggled against the elite teams of this competition. Frank Molo back in the starting side. There's McCulloch in at dummy half and DeBellin just outside the 20 here. The Sharks have been so good at this ground. 6 wins, 1 loss. And you don't want to get into a tight tussle with them here. They always seem to find ways to win. The only loss was against the Roosters. That was a turning point for their season, as now Tarek Sims hitting the line hard. So Hunt to kick here on the last. He's got plenty on this. And turns Mulatalo around momentarily.
Yeah, we just saw Tarek Sims, who's out on the left-hand side. Fascinating battle on the edges tonight with Jack Bird and Tarek Sims out on the left up against Jesse Ramian, Britton Nakora.
Come into the round in 3rd place. That's a strong run. Jesse Ramian's been in dynamic form of late. Blake Brayley over halfway. There's Dykes at dummy half. And there's Nakora getting it on as he was upended. Dykes close to the win, that tackle. All clear though from Ashley Klein. Now that's not easy for Fiona, and takes the bounce. Still, no, now 6 more tackles. Oh, tremendous chance for the home side. They start only 15 out. And there is Toby Rudolph. Comes out now for Braden Trindle. First time he's paired with Nico Hines. He has had a couple of starts at halfback this year. And he's been knocked about by that one, but he's okay. Brayley on to Rudolph. Fancies his chances. 2 tackles left. Here's Hines. Goes himself. Hines gets there.
Up there.
Nico Hines has sliced his way to the line. Well, there's plenty of responsibility on Nico Hines tonight, and he starts in style.
Yeah, what a start from Nico Hines. Throws the dummy and is able to squeeze through a couple of defenders there. They both went low, which allowed Nico Hines to get over the top. He put the bomb up. Well, Fiona said he didn't play at it, but he got a touch to it. That's what the referee thought. Nico Hines was there to clean it up. And then 3 tackles into the set. Just throws the dummy, gets on the inside of Tarek Sims. Frank Molo goes low, and Sims can't stop him. Desperately trying to pull him back, but his weight going forward, and Nico Hines stretches out and gets the opening try in quick time too. three and a half minutes into the game, and the Sharks open up the scoring.
The second set. 5th try of the year for Nico. That is quite ominous.
A lot of responsibility on Nico Hines tonight with Matt Moylan not there, Will Kennedy not there. It's the experienced spine members, Blake Brayley and Nico Hines, will carry a fair bit of weight with them tonight in terms of creativity, but a great start from the number 7.
So Hines, good numbers last week. Has had his problems at this ground with goal kicking. Shouldn't have any dramas here on a pretty still night. And Cronulla, 6-0 leaders after 4 minutes. Let's send it down to the sideline for the first time. Hello to you, Lara Pitt.
Good evening, Dan and Brandy. A clear, beautiful night for this local derby and the perfect start for the home side, Cronulla. Nico Hines, who took charge to win last week's Golden Point game, and he's going to need to be in command with his regular halves partner, Matt Moylan, out of this one. I did speak to Matt just before kickoff. He said scans today cleared him of any serious issue. It is a minor quad strain. He'll be back next week for the Sharks.
Okay, thank you. That's good news because Will Kennedy's out for a little while, so they'll want Matt back in a hurry. And that is Braden Trindle who catches that, and Braden Hamlin-Uele back in the starting side.
Hasn't started since round 7. Hamlin-Uele did his pec, missed 9 weeks, and then has come off the bench for the last month. But importantly, I think he's a really important middle for them.
Crafty offload from Nakora bought them a few extra metres with Brayley running it, and now here's Dykes with a run. Oh, Tarek Sims. Tarek Sims had visions of putting him into the Coolaware golf course.
Well, he's had a couple of runs now. Okay, Dykes, and you can see the acceleration. Here he goes again.
Linking up with Ramey.
I already like the way he moves.
Sharp, isn't he?
Yeah.
Here's the bomb put up by Hines. And put down by Moga. So again, the high kick does them in. Well, Hines couldn't be doing this any better right now.
And look, there hasn't been that much to the kicks. Yeah, Tautau Moga had a good shot at that. There was no Cronulla players around. Matt Fionney on the other side really didn't get himself under the ball and make a play at it, but they paid a heavy price with Nico Hines scoring off the back of the next set. What can the Sharks do now? The Dragons can't afford to give up a try in this set or in this next period. Already down 6-0.
So out it comes for Dykes. Geez, he's just hungry for the ball. Rudolph again. He's been busy. That's his 4th run. Inside the 10. Hines, the start of a new set as Hamlin-Uele. 3 needed to stop him. And it comes for Hines. Crashing onto it, Nakora. He's been terrific to start. Well handled here. Rudolph. Oh, he really thought he was a chance. That was until DeBellin drove him backwards. Short side, another crash play here.
Well, that's good defence. Sims and DeBellin, outstanding. Last 3 tackles.
And Nakora stopped cold. Hines, not again. Oh, he threw it straight to Sims. That's a big moment for the Dragons. For a split second, it looked like Hines was going to help deliver another try.
Yeah, he got himself in behind the defensive line there. As he turned to pass the ball as the Dragons get a penalty, Cameron McInnes was pushing up in support but ran the wrong line. If he had been running infield another yard or 2, he takes that ball. Just look at McInnes, cuts back on the inside. Oh, he was never really there. If he had a cut back a bit quicker as Hines went across the face of him, he might have been a chance. But Nico Hines causing some problems that the Dragons are able to shut down.
So first to hit it up is Frank Molo. Coming off the bench a lot in recent weeks, but back in the starting side tonight. As he goes out to Tarek Sims. Final year here, of course, before he heads down to Melbourne. So now here's DeBellin. With Hunt most happy to provide to Jaden Sewer. Dragons' first venture into Sharks territory. With Laurie backing into them. That's the 30-metre line where he will play it. Hunt now in by. The delayed pass for Bird. And well handled, Ramian all over him. So final play. Hunt looking for a contest. Lomax there. Oh, it's a try! It's a try to DeBellin.
Okay, 6 again. It's backwards off Cronulla.
And Mulatalo last week with an aerial pursuit for the ages misses out here, and it's Jack DeBellin poaching a try.
Well, they went so close to giving up the second try of the game, the Dragons only moments earlier. Mulatalo gets up above the pack but can't hold it. The ball bounces into the in goal, and like he did last week, Jack DeBellin collects a bouncing ball to score a try. Lomax fighting his way in there to try and get a play at the footy, but the ball bounces in favour of Jack DeBellin, and in their first few tackles inside Sharks territory, they're able to come up with a try at the end of the set. He controls it beautifully, even though Dykes was thereabouts. DeBellin to get the ball down, and well, only moments earlier, Hines with an inside ball that could have been the Sharks' second try. They turn it around very quickly, the Dragons.
5th try for DeBellin. You know, he's only one off being top try scorer at the Dragons. Hunt and Fionney with 6. More importantly, though, just settles things for the Dragons, who were looking like they were totally out of order in these first few minutes. Not now, though. And Lomax gets the goal. It's a great level of rugby league. 7 nights ago, we were here celebrating with Ronaldo Mulatalo, and this, you could argue, was probably an easier one to take, but caught in traffic and just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, and DeBellin was there. The bounce certainly favoured him, but you know, the high kicks have caused problems for both sides now. The Dragons putting a couple down and putting themselves under pressure, and now the Sharks, Mulatalo, not able to grab that one.
Say last week, they were in it from much of the game against the Cowboys. Cowboys ran away, and in the end it was a pretty comprehensive scoreline, but it was certainly a contest for a large period of that game. Obviously, Cronulla, similar position on the ladder. So here's Tautau Moga. Game number 80 for him as he needs some help from Lomax. Lomax decides to go himself here. Decent metres. There's Ben Hunt now. Oh, there's Ramian all over Mbai. He's come with a bit of intent tonight, Jesse Ramian. Backslam Bird earlier. And Sewer now. Comfortably handled. Not many metres for the Dragons. They're kicking well inside their 40. And it's Amon. Not a great deal of distance. Let's look at the young man run. Just nice and steady.
You know, Amon just popped that one up in the air, didn't he, really? And after a 30-metre gain with the football, the kick didn't gain much more than that. So the Sharks start this set in a better position than they should have.
Oh, there's a hit here that is going to get the attention of the bunker, and it's Connor Tracy, who...
it's going to be a penalty, guys, to separate.
You heard it there from Ashley Klein. That had the concern of the Dragons players as well. Oh dear, now this may be a bit more. Tarek Sims.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be minimum sin bin here. Minimum sin bin for Tarek Sims.
There's going to be a penalty, just get over there. Yeah, thanks, back on this thing.
Well, and the thing they look at is the force, and there was quite a bit of force there from Tarek, even though there were some circumstances which made it very difficult for him not to make contact like that. But the rule is forceful contact on the head just drops only fractionally with the low shot there from McCulloch, but
And I think he knows he's about to be punished, but also some concern about the player he struck. So a look of bewilderment on Tarek Sims. And,
well, it's a look of resignation.
And the way this is going here, and it is obvious the result does have an impact, and we're not seeing Connor Tracy again tonight, and he's being treated here as the game takes a pause. And
well, Lockie Miller's on the bench.
He just received some instructions on the headsets from the coach, so he's getting ready to come straight on, Lockie Miller.
So Lockie Miller, who's had one game, played against the Gold Coast back in round 11 and had quite a game playing fullback. I think a lot of people thought that Lockie Miller might have been the number one tonight when Will Kennedy was ruled out, but well, the form of Cade Dykes in New South Wales Cup has been too good to ignore this.
That is a statement, isn't it? That Lockie Miller lit it up in his one NRL game, and yet Dykes was so irresistible in his form that he took the fullback role in New South Wales Cup. So this will be an 18th man situation as well. Now, Miller's in the 17, but this will trigger Jesse Colquhoun, who made his debut a short time ago. But these aren't great scenes here at PointsBet Stadium. Wade Graham just showing a bit of concern there, but now a bit of a thumbs up, so that's good. And this might be it for Tarek in a Dragons jumper. There's only 4 weeks to go. He hasn't been charged, I don't believe, this year. But he's going to be out for some time. Maybe a sin bin only, maybe a send-off. We wait and see. 7 years here at the Dragons. And it appears his concern is on the player. What a funny old start to the game. Sharks scoring effortlessly for Nico Hines, almost scoring a second. Dragons going up the other end and levelling the score. And now we've got this disturbing moment. Connor Tracy.
Well, good signs for the Dragons. The fact that they've only had 4 tackles inside Shark territory and were able to come up with points at the back of the set. They'll be down a man, but we don't know how long for.
So, I'm concerned just to keep him nice and stable. We'd see him blinking there, and that's a good sign. There's a sympathetic hand from Mbai on Tarek Sims, who hasn't taken his eyes, it has to be said, off Connor Tracy. Not that that's going to help him in terms of his punishment, but his concern has been obvious. Well, Connor Tracy's had a terrific time of it of late after all those injuries that curtailed his career, and he's been a real Mr. Fix-It for Cronulla.
Well, he has. He's played centre. He's now playing wing full-time with Sione Katoa ruled out for the season.
And 10 in the bin. 10 in the bin for Tarek Sims.
Let them bring the player on.
That would be the minimum there, and that's a best case result for the Dragons. The Dragons have had a few sin bins this year. This will be the 8th time. Of the first 7, they've conceded tries. Well, they've conceded 6 tries. So that's about the going strike rate in the NRL that of most concern here. Connor Tracy, and they stand and applaud in the grandstand here at PointsBet Stadium. And we'll bring you, as soon as we get some news, hopefully encouraging news, we'll bring that to you here on Fox League. All right, now we recommence. And that penalty, good field position for Cronulla. There's Rudolph. Up to the 30. And there's a set restart for Cronulla. Through the hands it goes. Dykes involved. Talakai up to the 10. They open up this right side. Rudolph again, straight into
Powerful.
Molo.
He's been powerful, Toby Rudolph. Very impressive start.
Molo stood his ground that time. Here it comes away to Hamlin Uele. Running a little, slightly wider, but they were there. So 13 on 12. Dragons have held on so far. Brayley to McInnes. Now to Trindle. Talakai. Well, he delayed the pass and it cost him. Now there's a fight for the ball. Oh, it's a Dragons knock on. It's a Dragons knock on.
That was a try-scoring opportunity for the Sharks there. Just watch, if Talakai just throws the ball, he just hung on to it. He second-guessed himself. Maybe Tautau Moga was up quicker than he thought, but on the outside was an unmarked Ronaldo Mulatalo. Better angle to have a look at it, catch, pass. He's very good at it. He's got very soft hands for a power athlete. Sifa Talakai just decided to hold that one back.
So they've had to endure a fair bit here, the Dragons. And they've got to endure another set inside the 20. Hines on the run. Long pass. Oh, and putting it down is Miller. Dragons, though, offside. And someone tell Matt Fino it's a great chase. Geez, Dykes kept up with him too. He's got some toe. And now he's not going to be denied. Matt Fino.
They lost the ball there, so it's a penalty.
And now he makes the long walk back to the northern end.
Ooh. Gee, I don't know if they moved quick enough off that line to be penalised for it. Fionney absolutely drills Lockie Miller, who's just onto the field onto that right wing.
It's a great play. If it was legal, it's a superb play. But Cronulla here will take the tap. Trying to take advantage of this extra man, Emmanuel. Opening up the right side. Oh, and almost getting there. Dragons almost asleep at the switch. Look, it comes now. McInnes to Hines. Nakora. They're really trying to isolate Nakora on Ben Hunt. Back now. McInnes. That puts Hamlin-Uele in a difficult position. Still gets to within a metre. Now Hines. Now that has been knocked out of Dykes' hand.
Did he lose it into the hands
Double
of
knock on,
Bird?
first off Kane.
Yeah, that is a knock on against Cronulla. And there's an example, those couple of sets, Brandy, where they could have used the likes of Moylan and Will Kennedy, and the Dragons hold on.
Yeah, well, it's not easy when you lose two players. Matt Moylan, I don't think Matt Moylan's missed a game. Will Kennedy's certainly been there all season as well, so makes it hard. Just the timing of your passes and to different personnel. It was a tough one for him, for Cade Dykes. It was a bit high and just slightly behind him. Under pressure, they're easy to put down.
Wait, break.
And here's a penalty for St George Illawarra. Oh, it's been a stop-start, funny old affair the first 15 minutes.
Well, we seem to have been down this end of the field for a long time. The Sharks haven't been able to add to their 6 points they've scored so far, and now the Dragons get a penalty and a way out.
Well, Dragons have had one tackle in the Sharks' 20, and they have one try. Actually climbed back in first grade after a sabbatical. And the Dragons get it to halfway off that kick. So Molo, his brother Michael will come off the bench. Now it's Hunt getting it on. The try scored to Bellum.
Release Cameron! Brayden.
Now it's Hunt. Linking up with his partner in Amo. Back for Sewer. Just working their way to the 20. Lomax has sprinted across to the left here. It goes by him, goes to Hunt, out to Bird. Easily handled. As it comes out to Molo, and this seems to be a setup for the last tackle. And it's coming to Hunt. Through the hands, Amon. Lomax 2-on-2, running out of room, but somehow, well, he did a U-turn and kept it alive. Brilliant stuff. Amon, oh, that's a tidy take from Dykes off the rebound.
That was a great take from Dykes. Juggled it, but controlled it. Talakai trying to get the Sharks out of trouble. It wasn't a great set with the ball. You know, a set-up play on tackle 4, and there's Dykes juggling it and controlling it, despite Amon coming through and putting pressure on.
So you see there only 4 minutes left with Sims in the bin. But here we go. Hynes, can he do it? A 40-20. He's turned Fiona around and the kick doesn't have the angle and it takes a turn to the middle anyway. But the chase, excellent. But Mbai, evasive. Beats one, beats a second and a third. And it's play on. This is a tremendous run from the fullback.
Yeah, off the back of what was a very good kick there from Nico Hynes. Obviously going for a 40-20, but it still found the in-goal area, and that's a great run from Moses Mbai. That's a 45-metre run to get his side out of trouble.
So now it's Laurie over halfway.
Bit of a staggered chase from the Sharks. Couple up there quick. He beat Jesse Ramian easy.
Now it's Sewer onto Lomax. That's a mouth-watering battle, isn't it? Lomax and Talakai, different body types, but good to see them go at it as Hunt now kicking. And again, turning Dykes around and leading his own chase. We've seen that so many times this year, and he gets some help too from Jack de Belin.
Yeah, it's not just the try assist from Ben Hunt. That has seen him have his best season so far. It's those plays. It's team first plays, kick, chase, make the tackle.
Well, they've had practice of playing with 12 men. They're doing a very good job of it here. As Lara Pitt, we go to you.
Yeah, just some good news on Connor Tracy's welfare. He's up and about in the sheds, the Sharks have told us, but obviously will not be back tonight. Just confirming in jersey number 19, Jesse Calhoun has taken off the blue singlet and is available as 18th man.
All right, beautiful. Thank you, Lara. That's terrific news there. So Cronulla getting that penalty. Jesse Calhoun played one game, was against the Cowboys, 26 minutes 3 weeks ago. So another fledgling first grade player. Dykes debut, and the ball's come out.
Hamlin Ueli just coughed up the ball there when he went into the tackle.
Ball is just
pretty soft turnover from the Sharks front rower.
No question. Lomax in the middle.
Can't move! Toby! Back here, wait.
Well, they're bouncing about here, the Dragons. Amon. Straight into Graham, and Trindle makes it to the verge of the 20-metre line. And it goes to Lomax. De Belin on. Hunt keeps it going. Maguire into the game. Oh, and tipped over awkwardly. And actually, Klein, good look at that. No problem, according to him. Bird. Now Sewer. Bit of room to run. Lomax, no room. And this time, he can't produce a miracle. Fashioned, that's Ronaldo just
Play the ball in the middle.
congratulating him on almost coming up with the great play.
Yeah, he's got a big right foot, but decided to, and I think he was wondering where he was going here. That
Use your foot, Nico.
right boot just sliding across the touchline.
Stay straight, Joe.
Had no room to work with. Jaden Sewer just shuffled the ball out to him, really, with nowhere to go, and plenty of Sharks defenders in front of him.
Josh, move.
Tough one. So even though they came up with a try off the first set they had down here, Dan, I think what they've thrown at the Sharks after that, they need to be better, or they won't score many more tries.
So here's Hynes. Oh, it opens up for him. Hynes. Oh, Maguire. Immense. But a roll on now for Cronulla, who still have that extra man. Trindle, Subtle. Graham, away. Got an ankle tap. Forward pass. And Mulatalo scores. But an instant call from the referee.
We all called it.
It required a long pass then from Wade Graham. He didn't see that he had support coming back on the inside. Hynes threatening, and the footwork gets him in behind that Dragons defence, and then Braden Trindle beautifully. Double pump, holds the ball up. Talakai shifted back onto the inside. Wade Graham mustn't have seen him. And then it was going to take a great pass as Sims makes his way back onto the field. So The Dragons have survived the 10 minutes. You threw out the stat.
Yeah,
Wasn't
0-0.
it?
0-0.
What, 6 from...
6 tries in 7 sin bins against them. So the odds were they were going to concede one, and they have not. To be frank, the Sharks really, apart from that moment there, the Dragons have had more of the ball at the right end of the field. So the Dragons here just happy to work it out conservatively. Fionney followed up by Sims.
There's no doubt the Dragons, when they're in good ball position, need to be throwing more at the Sharks' defence than what they have so far.
It's the veteran McCulloch. Cronulla do a good job of slowing that down. As Hunt goes out to Amon. Here's Lomax again, slices it up. Oh, he's just got a wall of Sharks in front of him.
Well, they're just sliding across, making it easy for the Sharks' defence. Nothing's happening on the inside to create some space for the edges.
Well, here we go. This might be their best hope. A kick from Hunt, which is wobbling. Oh, confident catch by Miller. So another one of these youngsters. Dykes, Miller, Colquhoun later. Work it out here. Yep. Sensational in his one and only NRL game against the Gold Coast in pretty miserable conditions. Maybe he's a mud runner, Lockie. He seems to be pretty good everywhere, according to those that keep tabs on New South Wales Cup. Oh, here we go. Trindle from well inside the 40. And it's going to find touch, but it's not the worst field position for the Dragons to get the ball.
On the 20, Mr. Touch Judge.
No, he's under a fair bit of pressure there to put that kick in. Sort of skidded off the side of his boot, and he was a long way. 40-20 was going to be a big ask. He was inside his own 30. But a set that the Sharks really battled to make any ground.
So the one try came very early. And by now Aaron Woods spent the last 4 seasons before joining St George Illawarra. 84 games for Cronulla. Now Maguire. Oh, passing at the line, and DeBellin lost it. Cronulla come up with it through Rudolph. And there's DeBellin getting a taste of his own medicine. He was stopped cold.
Yeah,
now McInnes.
He's under a fair bit of pressure there. Maguire's pass, he was hit as he tried to catch the ball. Nakora jammed him. And then Toby Rudolph cleaned up the ball that hit the ground behind him.
Jesus, some veterans in this game. Here's another Aiden Tolman, game 3-13. And there's Brayley. Woods wasn't entitled to make that tackle, so he's given away a set restart. So given that, he's not going to be in any hurry to let Brayley play it. Tolman first receiver. Just happy to march it up here, Cronulla. So they get back inside the 20. Trindle on the left, gets it now. He's got, oh, Braden Trindle slices over. Not too dissimilar from what Nicho Hines did. The playmaker takes them on and just eases his way over the try line.
I got to say that the attack from both sides in this last 10, 15 minutes, certainly while Tarek Sims was off the field, has been pedestrian. And it took someone like Braden Trindle here just to take off, just to use a bit of speed. Everyone's been standing around. There hasn't been much happening from either side, but Trindle hits the ball at speed, throws the dummy, gets on the outside. And the inside of Talatau, Amon, he's beaten him. DeBellin can't match it with him for pace, gets his ankles, but Trindle's, the damage is done. A bit of life out of someone.
Yeah, he was smiling well before he got to the line. He knew as soon as he put the foot down, Amon wasn't gonna collect him. So first try of the year for him.
There's some good backup halves in the competition, scattered across all the teams in the NRL. Braden Trindle is right up there with one of the best, for sure. Very good backup for either Hines, as he has been this year, and Matt Moylan.
So here's Hines. Should be a slightly easier night tonight to kick at this ground. Often the wind is a problem, but it really is still. And that one is straight through. Cronulla 12, St George Illawarra 6. Down to you, Lara Pitt.
Yeah, Craig Fitzgibbon has had a huge rap on the role that Braden Trindle has to play for the Sharks this year. Very much sees him as the future of the club in the halves. Now, some big comments coming up in the halftime show. Some explosive ones, in fact, coming out of the Canberra camp following their loss to the Panthers. So make sure you stay tuned with Bonnie and the gang in the studio. You won't want to miss this.
Oh, okay. Now that is a tease from Lara Pitt. So
We'll be watching.
we'll be watching. I know they got your attention. They don't like each other, the Raiders and the Panthers. What have the Raiders, what have they said? But we've got 13 and a half minutes here before the halftime break. Here's Sifa Talakai. 24 runs last week, 230 metres. Oh, look at it. Look at it open up. Ronaldo gets to halfway and shakes off Lomax. Oh, but he can't connect with Dykes. And there's Ronaldo admonishing himself there. He did all the hard work too.
That was a stunning run there from Ronaldo Mulatalo. We just spoke about speed and Braden Trindle. Look at Mulatalo take on the defence, slice, open them up, and the flick to Cade Dykes. What a moment that would have been. But Mulatalo, incredible stuff there.
Geez, concerns. Some of the gaps that the Dragons are leaving. There you go, there's Adam. 183 games for Cronulla. How proud must he be tonight, his family there. And it's an old boys' day as well, so it's quite the Saturday. Here's Tarek Sims running wide.
Up Nico! Play the ball. Go to Nico!
Ooh, McCulloch there holding on.
Can't move! And again, Aiden Blake. Blake, wait. Go.
So out it comes now from Hunt. Here's the kick well before the last, turning Mulatalo around. Awkward bounce, but back there as well was Dykes. His Lomax was pouring through.
Stand now!
Yeah, did well, didn't he? Cade Dykes there. It was an awkward bounce, sat up on him. He was able to clean it up. We spoke about Braden Trindle and a bit of speed and how it opened them up and they scored their try. Then Mulatalo just one off the ruck, as we see on the replay box. Great run from Ronaldo Mulatalo.
They've already made 4 line breaks. There's Tolman. Happy to just run it into...
No substitute for speed.
There's Rudolph. 10th run. Boy, he has rolled his sleeves up. Hines outside the 40. Mbite. Oh, bouncing back. Nakora. And Nico Hines. Like throwing a fish back into the ocean.
Can be a tough job, fullback. The return kick, if the chase is as strong as what it was then.
Fino was just grabbing his chest after that run, so he's just slightly concerned there as he goes back to his position. There's Lomax. More runs than anyone tonight, Zach Lomax for the Dragons. Oh, and there's a good, strong back-slamming tackle. Jack Bird. Man who gets up to play it. Easy one for Mulatalo. He's not going to break through them this time. Moan and Molo there, and his backstop was Sewer. Well, there's times in this game it feels like Cronulla are miles on top, yet it's only a 6-point contest. There's certainly some interested fans of clubs like North Queensland and Melbourne, Parramatta. Maybe they'd be itching for Cronulla to go down tonight. Here's Hines. It's Miller, a dummy half. Ramian keeping it going as Talakai getting a little bit of open space, but closed down quickly by Lomax, but then Lomax needs... He clocked off, and then clocking on was Jaden Sewer. They have to do it in shifts. A high kick from Trindle, and the chase here is okay, but no problem for the veteran Mbai. Inside the last 10 minutes. The key moment of this first half really took the air out of PointsBet Stadium was Connor Tracy being taken out and concussed and knocked out. And Tarek Sims sent to the bin for 10. That'll be spoken about at half-time, as well as those as the aftermath of Canberra Penrith. Tarek. Fiona. He's been the starting winger since round 4. Yeah, he's got a problem, that Fiona. That just won't go away, whatever that is ailing him. And a bit of ball movement here as it comes out to Sims. So they get through another set. Tyrell Sloan on the bench, so if needed, almost like for like.
Yeah, he's struggling. They've been down a man on that left side. Fiona injured. Good run from Dykes out of dummy half. Very sharp again.
Well, for Fida, the X factor last week, he may just have been the difference against South Sydney. An explosive 21 minutes. And here he comes now. He's got him backpedaling to the approval of the Shark Park crowd. Now bouncing out of dummy half is Brayley. Hines can't quite connect with Nakora, still threatens. Finally, Nakora gets it. As Ramian keeps it going. And Tolman just happy to take the tackle. So the high kick has been a problem for the Dragons, but right now through their hands. Graham away here to Fafita. He's going to get inside the 10. And that's the end of that.
Hand over there.
Well, he found himself out wide. He rumbled his way towards the try line there. They got a hand on him about 20 metres back, but he kept pushing himself towards the line. The Dragons now are asked to bring it off their own line.
Yeah, not the worst place to give it back. And there's going to be some heavy contact, you imagine, as we go to lower pit.
Yeah, tight tussle this one, gents. You can tell that finals aren't far away. Plenty of pressure to make the top 8 on heaps of sides right now, including the Raiders. Just more on what's coming out of there at the moment. Ricky Stewart has unloaded on an act of foul play from a Panther in the earlier game. You're going to hear that at halftime.
Okay, thank you, Lara.
Wait, Aiden, next to me here. Brilliant.
So here's Sewer now. With half. Sims standing in the tackle.
Jesse, let go! On the line!
Jack Bird is a hero here. Grand final winner.
Last tackle, Cam! Mark straight. Hold there, Josh. Go.
Well, they get through their sets, the Dragons. And that one. Oh, Miller lets it bounce. That could be a problem. Dykes and Lomax contest.
First one off Dragons.
Well, that's a little fortunate for the Sharks.
The bouncing ball has caused some problems, hasn't it? And Ben Hunt's floating bomb almost gets his side another set. Well, take your pick who touched that first.
Yeah. The giveaway, no challenge. So, in a sense, Lomax knew he got something on that.
Thank God. He'd be here for another half an hour trying to sort out who got a touch to it first.
Here's Talakai. You can't blow up at the bunker when there's no challenge, Brandy. Give it time. We've got 45 minutes. You'll get a chance. Good start of the set for Cronulla. Hines, again, proving hard to put down.
Well, he's just throwing the dummy and finding space back on the inside or the outside, Nico Hines. Plenty of runs in this first half.
Drindle. It was Lomax he bounced off, but not going too much further. Here's Tolman charging. Strong run, almost to the 10. Big last play this, and it's going to come out to Trindle. He's on the run. He links up with Wilton. Wilton scores! It's his first touch, and Teague Wilton Johnson crashing his way to give Cronulla their third try.
Well, it's Braden Trindle again at speed, gets the ball and runs to the defensive line at speed, has them second guessing. Just look at him, takes off at the defence. Not even that straight. Amone just drops slightly back out of the defensive line. See the little bit of space that he left there? And he went low, and that was enough for Teague Wilton to crash over the top of him. But Braden Trindle has been the man in this second half, running straight and at the defensive line.
He must have just come into the game, Wilton. So he gets his 6th try, but the man who is really shining in place of Matt Moylan.
Well, both halves have been fantastic for them. Nicho Hynes has caused the Dragons plenty of problems, got himself in behind the defensive line a couple of times, coming close to really opening them up and scored the first try. But late in this first half, it's been Braden Trindle, speed at the line, committing defenders, had Teague Wilton going with him. Amone just leaving a little bit of space between himself and his inside and outside man, and Trindle gets the job done.
So looking here, he came in at 34 minutes and 42 seconds. So he scored within a minute. I think it's we're into Stephen Crichton territory, but it was pretty handy. So Hynes makes it 18 points to 6.
Scored a try doing the same thing, Trindle. Look at him. Up over the advantage line very quickly. Dragons sitting back on their heels. He commits Maguire, and Wilton's too strong for Amone.
I think I realised, hang on, where have you been?
Let's stay behind, guys.
Good young player, isn't he, Teague Wilton?
He's had a good season, Dan. Teague Wilton. Outstanding season.
So I'm told those Ricky Stewart comments regarding an active foul play, I have to say allegedly because I don't know what we're referring to, but an alleged active foul play by a Panther unloads. So that is coming up as soon as we get to the halftime siren here. Tolman on to Hynes. Geez, they can really break the Dragons. Well, they could have, but it comes away for the Dragons. Now the Dragons have a chance to get back within a try.
Wait, move! Don't hold him, Josh. Josh, don't hold him.
Last year in the NRL. Frank Molo, plenty of game time for him so far.
Andrew, move! Mark straight, Blake, Aiden. Oh, yeah, go.
So Hunt, Mbai, now Bird. Tipped over by Ramian, but Ramian always had him.
They got their measure on that edge.
Slow ball for Hunt. And he brings in Sims.
Let him up now!
These Sharks defenders have all the answers. So far anyway. 6 again, smart.
He was offside, Blake Brayley.
Really smart play by McCulloch.
6 again!
And another
Don't let
6
go,
again
Blake.
here.
And,
Brayley, careful, he's gone. He is gone. Yeah, 10 in the bin.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is a big win for the old man. He has coaxed Blake Brayley.
Well, that could turn the game on its head. If the Dragons could grab a try here and go to the break at 18-12, and he'll spend the next 8.5 minutes, or the first 8.5 minutes of the second half off the field, it's a massive advantage for the Dragons.
Well, Sharks are used to sin bins as well. They've had 6 of them. That's 7 now. Brayley's second for the year.
I want to call time on.
They had 2 against the Dragons at the end of their last meeting, but that didn't matter. The game was well over. Not the case here.
Outside.
Come on. Mbai on to Lomax. They can score just before the break. They know they have another, 8 and a bit minutes with an extra man
Back foot, wait.
to start the second half. Now here's Hunt. Under Maguire. That doesn't fool the defence.
Help! Release
Only
it.
tackle 2 though. McCulloch. Here's Ben Hunt. Now Jaden Sewer. Almost. Oh, they save it, the Sharks. Trindle around the ankles. Nakora. And now the crash play. We saw this at the other end quite often early in the game. Molo goes nowhere. 2 tackles. 2 tackles left. Hunt. They knew he was going to run and he won't be able to kick on the last. This is it. Dropout no good. Amode. Sewer tries to do it on his own. Dykes will just eat that up. And then he cops a shot which is going to result in a penalty. It was Bird. Well, Latalo and Woods, former teammates. So a penalty to Cronulla here.
Guys, has come up and made contact with his head.
Slipped over the top. You know, hit him at the top of the shoulders and then slipped over the top. Might have been Jaden Sewer after that did more damage than Jack Bird.
Yeah, we won't have anything to worry about there, Bird, except for this. Well, I was going to say one play, but Cronulla just sent it over the back and that's it. Well, stay tuned. But right now, it's Cronulla 18, St George, Illawarra 6.
Can the Dragons take advantage of it?
Let's stay behind.
8.5 minutes. It might be the definitive period of this game.
Their attack needs to be better than what it was in the first half.
Hey, great news. Connor Tracy up and about, smiling for the camera. The Sharks put up a tweet, so that's great news after he was KO'd. Tarek Sims serving 10 in the bin. Geez, Trindle's done well there. That could have been a catastrophe.
Mark straight. Go, Wade. Out of play, Wade.
Have a look at this. Oh,
Wow. Hung on to it. He
Well.
somehow jammed that in. Look, his hands were gone and he jammed it into his wrist. So did well. That would have been a disastrous start for a side that's down to 12 men. But well done, Trindle.
Actually, again leading at half-time. They haven't trailed at the break since way back in round 12. So that's Trindle, who's been excellent in the Moylan position. Goes to dummy half there for Graham. Hines. Not too many metres for the Sharks in that set. Well, here we go. What have the Dragons got? Plenty of time, but they've got to get something out of these 7 minutes.
I think it falls on the shoulders of the man that it has all season, Ben Hunt. Ben Hunt needs to run the ball. He's their most dangerous attacking weapon. Amone needs to help out as well. He's got the ability to break open defensive lines, Amone, but we need to see it from both of them.
Here's Woods, who'll want to offload but can't. So 41 metres out as Amone sends it to Hunt. On it goes to Mbai. There's Bird. They've really closed him down tonight so far, the Sharks. So Hunt goes end over end. It's going to need a good chase here. Oh, Sims is going to claim he was taken off the ball.
Oh, Dykes was...
Here's a penalty to the Dragons.
Who was it?
So a late call from Ashley Klein.
Interference. Where the ball landed over on the 10 bucket here.
He's actually had a little look at that, but the touch judge and the bucket perhaps intervening.
Well, you just saw Britton Nakora took his eyes off the ball and looked at the man, and that's a dead giveaway for the referees. Once they see the man look at the chaser, they blow the penalty if contact's made.
Well, here it is for the Dragons. Molo in front of the posts.
Don't hold him, Francis. Go.
Maguire into Woods.
Okay, wait, Aiden, get up.
Hunt is just to the left here, very deep. So it comes to Amone. Now it's onto the halfback. Then it's an outside-inside, centre to centre, but Lomax chopped out by Hines. Sensational tackle. Bird for Hunt. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is a dog's breakfast, and Ronaldo comes up with it, but it's going to be pulled up. Oh, look at him go, Ronaldo.
Well, that's the second one with that tonight. Amone scored a try without scoring it.
Sifa has got the ball on.
So it's a Cronulla knock on.
Yeah, I thought Talakai played at the ball. Hunt gets
All right, your time's up now.
cleaned up there by Britton Nakora. The outside-inside ball almost grabbed them a try. It was Nico Hines that made the tackle. You referenced it, Dan. It was a great stop.
Interesting replay, but
did he get a hand to a tackle?
well, they could have challenged. Again, we've had a couple of these where maybe a little fingertip. Maybe a little fingertip.
He did. It looked like it live. And on that replay, I think you could see his left hand just made contact with the ball.
That is fortunate for the Dragons. Not much was doing there.
Well, at least they tried something different with the outside-inside pass to Lomax.
What a blast from a pass. Centre to centre on the same side of the field.
Teague, closer. Close to Teague. Teague. Let's go. Come on.
So Bird here is waiting on this side of the field as it comes from Hunt. But it's the front man, Mbai, who carries it inside the 10.
Release, Brennan! Okay, one. Marcus is fine. Don't lock him in, mate.
Uruguay. It's just another setup play here.
Teague, get up now! Back foot here. Wait.
Now it's Hunt. Sims on the angle. Another great grasp. Oh, Tynes again! A crash play. Not happening. Frank Molo sent backwards. Hunt double pumps. Armone, there's space here. Mulatalo makes a decision, and in the corner goes Tautau Moga, and finally the Dragons cash in.
I'm going to get a try. I'll look at it.
So Klein's not convinced, even though he does point to the spot. So perhaps an obstruction, but remember they are a man down.
Yeah, they are. Let's just watch it unfold. It looked like it was a great ball from Amone, just lobbed it over the top. I can't see any problem with that. There doesn't look like there's any Shark defender obstructed or anything being taken away from anyone making a stop. And the ball landed right into the lap there of Tautau Moga. That was a terrific pass from Tautau Amone after some great goal line defence. Certainly brought the Sharks fans to their feet here after a couple of great tackles, and Nico Hines involved in a few of them. He got Sims with a beauty, but I guess possession and a man down took its toll in the end.
Took a while, the Dragons, but they do get that try with Blake Brayley in the bin. And there's still a little bit of time here. They could certainly, if they can get up this end again, they have got the time to get very close to Cronulla. Now, Lomax, forgive me, Dragons fans, but he is on a kicking streak here. He's kicked 17 in a row. But this is as tough as it gets. The non-preferred side for the right footer. And that is perfection. 18 to 12.
That's good.
Yeah, that man Anthony Griffin just said to the Dragons at halftime, gents, that he just wants them to have some belief. This is about them tonight. They've got to go after the game in the second half. We, of course, know their season is well and truly on the line. From Craig Fitzgibbon, he wants the Sharks to clean up their error rate, particularly after they score points. Not good enough, he said. Simple stuff. Get to the completions of their sets. Now, Connor Tracy is back sitting behind the Sharks bench. He's doing okay, and that's great news too.
Sure is, Lara. Craig Fitzgibbon, we had vision of the Sharks dressing room. It was an enormous spray that he delivered, and that's a team that's up 18-6. Such are the high standards. A team up 18-6 with two of their key players missing.
Yeah, I think a little bit of frustration might have been with Fitzy after Blake Brayley was sin-binned just before the break. And he probably carried that down to the sheds as well.
So Maguire now. There he is. That's good stuff. Connor Tracy. That was concerning for a while. Amone. Oh, Talakai all over him. Amone did well to resist the temptation to try and pass that ball. Here's Hunt. Woods. The feeder's got him. Oh, the forced pass. Easy for Hines. That probably will do the Dragons in this 10-minute period, unless they get it back quickly.
That's a couple of errors now Aaron Woods has made as the Dragons have been trying to drag the ball out of their own end.
So Hines has sliced them open at will, it seems, tonight. Now for Feeder. Oh, it opens up again. In by looking for the steal, but you could ride a freight train through some of these gaps that the Dragons are leaving, and they've got the extra man. The Sharks, though, have 6 tackles. Trindle.
Release him now.
Tolman a dummy half. No way.
Release Josh.
Yes, Trindle. Now on for Hines. Here it comes Ramey in. Oh,
tackle.
terrific tackle by Bird.
Back foot.
Now, Dykes, they're all over him this time. And he's put it down. He's put it down.
Cock on.
Bit of energy about the Dragons. And Brayley is not far away, but he'll come back with this game back in the balance.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
And here he comes, Blake Brayley. Back on the field as Dykes hit hard by Sims and Jack Bird. A couple of old pros there on the
Hurry up, guys. Let's go.
20-year-old making his debut. Ball just came free at the death.
Sold out here on this Saturday night. 3rd sellout of the weekend. All right, it's a reduced capacity here, but it's great to be able to say a game is sold out. Last night, that was a wonderful game and a terrific atmosphere at Four Pines. Tomorrow, Bundaberg gets to host NRL. Attractive game too, Canterbury, North Queensland. Sold out there, and here a sellout.
Play the ball.
And why not? As the Dragons get to go again.
They probably needed it too, making hard work of getting out of their own
There's
end.
no infringement. Tackle 3. Okay, go. Come on. Tackle 3.
Okay, hang on. Yeah, so rescinded. A 6 again has been rescinded. You ever been in a game where that's happened?
Release.
No.
Go. 4.
Now Woods. On to Sims. But again, all the answers
Last
there.
tackle. Let go. Jay Milken.
That's the
Play
18th tackle
ball.
Hines has been involved in, although Graham did a lot of the work there. Hunt on the last has seen something. He takes off, then puts the kick. Bird coming through, but just a touch deep. Miller on hands and knees, and now he gets away. He can run this boy. He almost gets out of McCulloch, but not quite past Maguire.
Yeah, exciting stuff from both teams there. Ben Hunt under pressure on the last. If he had been able to hook his kick towards the sideline, it might have been interesting. Plenty of players down that left flank, and then Lockie Miller's return, getting the Sharks out of trouble with some blistering footwork and speed.
Mulatala.
Back here, Andrew. You're milking. You play the ball where you are. Go. 3.
Frustration there from the referee. Here's McInnes, former Dragon, of course. Now Brayley. Hines, and 2 minds there. And that'll do.
Last tackle. Release.
So Trindle waits. Goes end over end. Boy, that's got some height on it. That gives his men some time. Tap backwards. Play on for Tolman. Oh, snaffled by Sims.
You're just trying to keep the ball alive there, the Sharks, and Tarek Sims able to come up with the pass and rescue the Dragons.
Go. 2. He played it back.
Good quick play the ball from Zach Lomax. Fiona out for a run. Seems to have recovered whatever was hindering him in the first half.
Mark straight.
There's the turnover. Sims in good position.
There's now Laurie, a little flat-footed there off that pass. Dragons playing for their season. Sharks playing for top 4. There's plenty at stake here.
Cam on now.
And now Sewer, straight and hard.
Last tackle, Andrew.
There's Ben Hunt. And he kicks towards the fullback, Cade Dykes.
Hey, Junior. Back here.
That is his 9th run.
Jaden.
So Talakai, also 9th run. Yet to crack 100 metres, that'll change soon, you can bet. Then Tarlo rolling his sleeves up. Certainly Cronulla way on top in the yardage battle. There's Rudolph. Boy, he was busy to start the game. And yeah, hello.
Toby.
Now it comes out here to Nakora. Now he's played for that Nakora. Too smart, Britton. He's having some game tonight, Britton Nakora.
What are you doing?
He has been strong down this edge.
What are you doing, Nico?
Cora, Ramian down this right edge, up against Bird and Tarek Sims. Just let go of the ball there.
Now McInnes.
Stand down!
Hines lurking to the right of Rudolph, but Rudolph straight and hard. Inside the 10.
Back foot.
Knock on. Knock on. Dragons let off the hook.
Off ball.
Just keeping the Dragons interested here.
Shot clock on.
Now, did he pull him up because he didn't play the ball straight? He wasn't, well, he's all over the shot.
Take your pick, Brandy. Take your pick.
He started off at the corner post. He did straighten himself up by the end, but I think that was too late for Toby, who's been enormous for Cronulla. Plenty of runs, and every run too. I think that's what I've noticed about Rudolph over the last 6 weeks. Every run is a real contest for the defence to try and bring him down.
Break! Let go now! Let's go one. Teague!
Dragons will have to pull the trigger, you would imagine, on Tyrell Sloan pretty soon. There we go. Here he
Where's
comes.
that go to?
But where does he go? Oh, here we go. Here's DeBellin steaming downfield and finally hauled in. Imagine Mbai goes to dummy half, but the Dragons right now have a chance. Here's the kick. It's Scott Miller, bamboozled. Oh, and just saving it.
Knock on by Lockie.
That'll do for Lockie. He was a little worried there for a split second.
Yeah, Ben Hunt with the kick midway through the set and just needed a bounce. He had to backpedal. He just got there, Lockie Miller. He did well in the end because the bounce really didn't favour him. Bird and Fionney both there. Sloan's on.
Well, he came on for 11 minutes last week, but the die had been cast. So he comes back and gets to have a real influence on the game. Certainly the potential to. Woods. This would change the mood if they could score again. Amon. Hunt with the cleanest pass. Oh, they rushed up. There's a chance. There's a big chance. It's a try. Fionney in the corner. Cronulla punished. One man jumps out of the line and the Dragons pounce.
And it was Tyrell Sloan who just sat outside Ben Hunt there, and that dragged in the Sharks defender. He threw it across the face of Sloan. Just watch it happen and watch it unfold as Hunt looks like he's going to pick up Sloan. Jesse Ramian falls for it, comes out of the line, and that creates the space on the edge. Jack Bird catches, and quick enough there to Matt Fionney to grab the Dragons a try, which gets them right back into it. 18-16 kick to come, but smart play from Ben Hunt. Ramian had eyes all for Tyrell Sloan, and he completely bamboozled him with the pass right across the face of him. Fionney looked like he was battling there for a while, but kept his balance to get across the line. And all on the back of the Jack DeBellin run. Able to open them up, get some field position.
It was 18-6, 2 minutes before half-time, as Fionney goes top of the table for the Dragons. A sin bin, and 2 tries later, we have a serious contest.
Well, we thought that the Brayley sin binning would turn the game on its head. Now, the Dragons were able to grab a try while he was off the field. They've been back. He's been back on the field for some time now, but the Dragons have got plenty of life in them, and while Sloan didn't touch the ball, he certainly played a part in that try.
Did he keep the streak going? They're not making it easy for him. Lomax. No! Cronulla stay in front. 18-16, but they are right in this contest, the Dragons.
Yeah, Amone out to Ben Hunt. Jesse Ramian had made him mind up who was going to get the ball. He thought it would be Tyrell Sloan. And then it was just a catch and pass from Jack Bird out to Fionney, who did enough there to beat Lockie Miller into the corner.
Yeah, it's all on the line for the Dragons, gentlemen. 2 competition points they must get in the local derby if they want to keep their hopes of playing finals footy alive. From the athletes who play it to the fans who love it, 16 teams chasing the same dream every year. For the lucky few, it offers a taste of real glory. The best way to experience the Premiership is live. Fans can secure their seats at nrl.com/tickets.
And as we're learning, these games are selling out, so you don't want to leave it to the last minute. nrl.com/tickets. And the Dragons with the last 2 tries of this contest. There's Woods. Dragons trying to get to 22 competition points. They'd be within 2 of the Roosters. There's de Bellin with footwork and the offload. Here, oh, that's where Sloan could be deadly. Not there, though. Brayley and McInnes all over him. So Laurie. Upended. Efficient set from the Dragons. Hunt. And Dykes again steady.
Oh, gee.
Almost bouncing through.
He's been impressive on debut, Cade Dykes, but the potential there, you can see it. You can see that he's some sort of mover.
All right, now Talakai. He's tireless, Sifa Talakai. He maintains, it seems, his strength as other players tire. It's Teague Wilton. Oh! Okay, that's fine.
Last tackle, Moses!
So in the set, Lawrence kicking towards the Moga side. Moga is going to let Mulatalo have a crack at it, and Mulatalo can't keep it in.
Back, would you? Okay, where do you want it?
Yeah, just a bit too much hook on that from Nico Hines.
Wait! Use your foot. Go. Marcus, get closer. Move, Cameron!
They need to move themselves around the Dragons. They're in a bunch standing behind the ball.
It's funny, we have been quite fortunate, Brandy. Oh, strip, penalty 2-on-1. I was about to say, we've been here many times this year. There's been some great contests, last week in particular with the South game and Parramatta early in the year. I haven't heard it this quiet all season, apart from the Roosters
captain's challenge from Cronulla. They're disputing the on-field decision that there was a strip with 1 player in the tackle.
Well, there were 2 there. The question is, did that man get out in time?
That's right. Toby Rudolph was the other player. Did he drop off quick enough before Hines stripped the ball?
I saw what you saw.
Well, we need to look at the point that Nico Hines takes the ball, if there's any other defenders. At this point, Toby Rudolph's hands are off, and the Dragon is still in possession of the ball. The challenge is successful.
Wow. Big moment of this game.
Nico's saying, well, it would have been a try. I was away. I was gone.
It'll be a 0
so,
I apologise that, but all the plays are over. That's my life call. Let's go. It'll be a play the ball, Nico.
An apology from a referee, Ashley Klein, saying sorry, but you can understand why he made that call. In all honesty, it was close.
Split hands.
But it's Cronulla ball. Now the crowd gets back into this contest. Rudolph.
Move it straight away.
Brayley to Hines. Hines stepped inside Sims, not inside Sloan. Nor Aaron Woods. But 6 more tackles. Brayley, that's chopped out. Penalty.
Marcus.
Woods not marked squarely.
Terrell, he's interfered. He's forcing back towards you.
Okay, so
a couple of times he's been pinged for marker play, Aaron Woods.
No real great punishment. It was early in the count anyway.
Well, they had 6 to go anyway.
But I guess if it continues here, then it may be a problem. Cronulla yet to score in the second half. McInnes keeps it alive. Brayley on to Hines. Hines can't slip inside Lorick. Last try they scored, Teague Wilton, 4 minutes from half-time. Brayley. Oh, McInnes had a little look.
Easy, just stand up, guys.
And they're off their game, the Sharks. They are not quite with it right now.
They are. Cameron McInnes, catch and pass. There's too much for him there. Just took his eyes off the ball, and even though the Dragons, they're on their own 10-metre line, it's advantage Dragons after that. 6 to go, called penalty. They can't get through their set.
The Dragons. They can sniff it here.
Stay in, Brennan.
Penrith obviously way in front. We don't have to worry about them. They're 8 points clear, but the Ramathut, look at Melbourne, Parramatta. They're waiting for Cronulla to concede. We're giving them their 2 points at the moment, the Sharks. Dragons can get within 2 of the Roosters. A lot at stake here, as we've mentioned a few times. It's the great thing about the last month leading into the finals. Here's DeBellum. Goose stepping into the line.
Well, he's been strong, hasn't he, in the second half, and it was his bust that got the Dragons into field position for that try that brought them back to 18-10.
So then it comes down to Sloan. Well handled. That was Ramian finishing it, but it was Hines meeting him first. So Mbai in a dummy half. As that could be tricky. Yeah, Talakai leaves it go. It's okay for Mulatalo. And geez, if Mulatalo got that on, Talakai had some open space ahead of him.
He did. He dragged both defenders in. He just had to slip the ball. Talakai with one of his many runs, bringing Cronulla out of trouble.
Here's Wilton. Straight into the fullback now. Dummy half, Mbai. There's McInnes on to Hines. And it goes to Ramian. We'll soon Ramian get to unwind tonight. As, Hunt's fine after that tackle. Looked like he might have copped the knock, but no problem. This is the final play. Graham didn't like what he saw on his outside. So here's a kick with McInnes pouring through, trying to balk Sloan. It was against the Sharks where Sloan, like many of his teammates, didn't have a great night down in the gong. And that saw him taken out of the Dragons 17, and he's only had one start since. That was a very different night, a miserable Thursday night. Certainly miserable for the Dragons. The Sharks pummeled them 36-12. Now here's Hunt. Oh, he liked his chances there.
Well, he'd like to have someone with him too. He was doing that all on his own. There was no one on his outside there for him to throw a dummy or just drag a defender away from him.
And yet again, they don't really get close to halfway where Boot is put the ball. And Miller has been a little nervous with the kicks. Again, no problem in the end.
And I think Ben Hunt just has to keep throwing up those floating bombs to try and get a result, to try and get some field position, forcing the error from the Sharks.
Hope you're enjoying this if you're watching on 4K, exclusive to Fox Sports on Foxtel. And it looks magnificent. 4 times regular HD. Now it comes out here. And the Sharks just can't make it in print at the moment. But they're in front. Oh, Rudolph. Mbai was up there quickly. So this time the Sharks don't get to halfway. But they get through their set. So Hines, he goes end over end, the more traditional kick. Good chase from Nakora. And that time Sloan did have a look. Now it's a chance. It's socket ahead by Nakora. And he comes up with it. On it goes to Brayley. They're going to score. It's Wade Graham. The Sharks are in. Out of nowhere. Cronulla get another. And the veteran, Wade Graham, finishes it off. But the work of Britton Nakora, he is having some night.
Yeah, he's been outstanding for the Sharks. And we were just talking about the Dragons and what they needed to do. It was a regulation bomb this time from Nicho Hines. Great chase, enough pressure to see Amon just take his eyes off the ball momentarily, but that was enough. Nakora somehow was able to get the bouncing ball in his hands, pick up Brayley off the head. It's play on. Kicks it, does well here. There's 3 Dragons around the ball. Somehow Nakora comes up with it, offloads to Brayley. Pushing up in the middle of the field is Wade Graham, bursting onto the ball. And they make the most of a Dragons error at the back. It's Tyrell Sloan, only just onto the field. First real test under a high ball. And it was the pressure from Nakora that saw him make the error.
It was
good movements there.
That's not bad. Wade Graham, first try of the year. And in fact, the last try was 2020. The last round of the 2020 season against Canberra. So it's been a long stretch, 23 games since he has scored a try. Well, they worked so hard, the Dragons, to claw their way back into this contest. Helped a little by Cronulla being off their normal game. But Cronulla back out to a 24-16 lead, the margin 8.
Yeah, both sides just grinding it out, getting to their kicks. And it was Sloan just making the error that saw the Sharks come up with a try it's got them 8 in front now. He did well, Brayley, to link with Wade Graham. Brayley wasn't going to get to the try line. He needed someone else in support and found the veteran pushing up in the middle. But Nakora has been outstanding and played a big part in that. Massive to get that bouncing ball in his hands.
Great slow-mos there. Even on a dry night, you have to wear a raincoat if you're going to sit at the southern end of Shark Park. As the beer went flying, they're pretty happy here in the Shire. Rudolph getting put down.
Mark straight, Blake. It's all right. Hold. Go.
It's a shame they're probably not going to get a home final here. Oh, there's Mbai trying to change the momentum again, but McKenna's riding through that. They're going to be 7-1 at this ground and turn it back into the fortress it used to be.
Hold. Release. Back in. Go.
Not there yet, though, tonight. Here's Wilton.
There you go, Junior. Back here. Go. 4. Mark is good.
Now it comes to Graham. Remember, they do have the 18th man, Jesse Colhoun, at their disposal, but they haven't pulled the trigger on that just yet.
Oh, play on.
And this could be a chance. Here it is with Tarek Sims, the villain of the night, and he puts it down. And that gets the loudest roar of the night.
He did remarkably well to get to the kick. I don't know exactly where it hit him, but, well, it's ricocheted. It's off his hands. Play on. The spinning ball didn't favour him, and then big man needed the ball to bounce up a little bit higher than that.
Even if he took it, he was probably going to be taken there, but they would have had a full set inside the 20. He's got a nervous wait until tomorrow morning.
Shot clock off. Break.
You can still have influence on this game. Now Talakai,
Up together.
well contained.
Here, ho, ho.
Actually hasn't had much room to work with, has he? Sifa Talakai, Toby Rudolph.
Actually, the centres have really cancelled each other out. Bird up against Ramian, Lomax over there against Talakai.
Oh, Emily Nuele bouncing Ben Hunt away like he was a Dodgem car.
Hold here, hold. Go. 3.
And the core. Loves offloading, but not here. 3 offloads tonight so far. Brayley, the short side for Hines. And he comes away here to Ramian.
Last tackle, Ben. I said, no, he can't disappear. Go.
There's the kick. Now, it's Graham this time. And Sloan wanted no part of it. Didn't get there in time this time.
1. Go.
It's a much kinder result for the Dragons.
Yeah, he took a bit of a risk by not playing at it, but he had to travel as Fine makes some ground, but he's going to be penalised. Is it Jack DeBellin?
You've got 2 guys there. Who've both affected the ability to make a tackle.
So players not getting back on side quick enough and standing in the defensive line.
Can't be in the way. 2 players in the way. Not standing in the line. Either stand behind them or get through the line.
Yeah, you just have to keep moving or stand behind the line, not in it.
No value here as they're going from 8 to 10. They're going to try and really bury the Dragons and get a 3-score lead.
Wait here, guys.
Now it's Graham.
Wait, move. Arm straight, hold it. Hold.
Now Hamanuele looks full of energy. 10 metres away. Hines is poised to the right of Brayley. To the front man, Rudolph.
Release. Go, 3.
Now Brayley. Here's a loose pass from Hines. Well, he hasn't done much wrong, Nico, but he didn't get it right that time. And now Lomax looks for an opening and almost finds one.
Hold here, go, 2.
Again, they just can't shake the Dragons off.
Let him up, Wayne.
As we enter the last 10 minutes. Blake Laurie now just works it to the middle.
Next to me. Go, 4. Good work, Wayne.
Here's Bird. Now Sewer. Gets rid of Trindle, but not Wilton.
They need to try and keep the ball alive, the Dragons.
He can offload, but Wilton and Brayley wouldn't let it happen. Well, this is it, the last tackle. Hunt goes through the hands. Sims along. A little bit of space there for Fiona, but by the time he got past Miller, he had Ramian and Hines all over him. Changeover for the Cronulla Sharks.
Yeah, they need to take some risks, don't they, the Dragons? I know there's 9 minutes left, but they need to be a bit more desperate with the footy than what they've shown.
Zach, stand. Hold here, go.
So don't forget, back to the Clive Churchill studio. I don't think they'll have a shortage of topics, Vonnie and the team back there. If you missed those Ricky Stewart comments, I'm guessing they'll play them again. As
Back here, Blake.
it's certainly going to be the headline tomorrow morning. The Sunday Telegraph and the Courier Mail and all the papers across the rugby league world. There's Cronulla now, 40 metres out.
All good.
Here's a chip kick from Trindle. And he's got Moga turning around and Wilton. That would have been some try there if he'd ripped it out. Oh, that's going to be a penalty.
Well, that was a good play when you're 8 points in front, just kicking it into a corner, asking the Dragons to get themselves out of trouble. They've made it a bit easier for them with the penalty, not square. Braden Trindle. Outstanding first half from Trindle. Scored one, set one up. With some over the advantage line running that really caught the Dragons' defence short.
So the Dragons, perhaps 8 minutes to keep their season alive. Sims. Looks as likely as any to come up with something. Tarek. Ben Hunt's done so much. Can he do it again? Amon.
Get him up, Brennan. Wait with me. Brennan. Wait, stay here.
There he is, little chip kick. Here comes Sloan, but he copped the bump from Wade Graham. The bounce is awkward. Paired knock on Cronulla. Knock on Cronulla.
Ben Hunt almost came up with that. And I guess that's what I'm talking about. They need to be a little bit more desperate and try things. They need to take risks. 8 points. They need them very quickly.
Both sides still have their challenges at their disposal.
Find in, guys. Let's go. Find in. Please stay down, Braden. Let's go. Shot clock off.
Well, here it is.
Head in. Time on.
16 errors for Cronulla. Boy, that's high. Tarek Sims.
Blake moves team.
One of those errors have been in loose ball situations like what we just saw. Now it's to Bellin, just charging it to the 20.
Blake moves. Wade all the way. Go to brother.
And by for Amon. Tried to trick them with a subtle pass, but Laurie brought down. Back it comes to Amon. Now here's Hunt calling his runner on the inside. Sewer, but Sewer gets entangled with Jack Bird, and all Jaden Sewer can do is take the tackle, and that only leaves 2 left. Amon. Oh, a bobble from Laurie. Boy, it's not happening.
Gee, that's messy stuff when you need points.
Well, this could be it. It's the last. Embo, brother, de Bellin, and then the little kick from Jaden Sewer. Well, that last tackle, an encapsulation of the previous 5.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Dragons who just dropped their heads right across the Dragons' attacking line then after that one.
Oh, look out. Mulatalo does a number on Lomax. Now retreating. It was Moga and also Unknown with Sewer making the tackle. Here's the spread. Hines to Miller. Out it goes for Ramian. The pass for Hines. Another error.
Well, they made good ground. You know, was there really a need? I know Jesse Ramian had his arm free, and Nico Hines should have caught that, but you're 8 in front. You just made 20 or 30 metres in 2 plays. You take the risk, and sometimes it doesn't work.
Stay in these positions.
Just slightly leaves the door open for the Dragons.
Well, their most errors in a game, funnily enough, was last week against South. They had 18, and they're at...
Bind in, Moses.
Well, they're 10 for the second half.
That's right. And
head in, Bruno. Let's
they're
go.
now at 17.
Break.
Again, it's there for the Dragons if they can manufacture something.
Mark straight. Go.
So to the 40-metre line with a one-out run for DeBellin. Here's Hunt. Now Sloan running wide. Oh, they're just there in numbers. They are following Tyrell Sloan. Laurie just punches it up on tackle number 4.
Release Blake.
4 minutes left. They're not going to get many more chances. Amon back into Sloan. Look at the numbers there.
Last tackle, Braden, Blake.
So 10 away. And this really does feel like it could be it. And here on the last tackle, you're not going to believe it. That's a forward. That's Michael Molo. And he just gives it back via a changeover. That's Jesse Colhoun, the 18th man. He'll play his second first-grade game in for Connor Tracy, who was knocked out in the first half. Lara Pitt, down to you.
Yeah, the Dragons looking completely out of ideas with their season on the line and looking like they've just picked up a turnover here. But just a reminder, round 21 coverage wraps up tomorrow with the Sunday ticket.
We have a captain's challenge from Cronulla disputing the decision
well,
of the lost ball from Siffa.
Well, it's a scrum to the Dragons, 10 out if it fails this challenge.
Yeah, Siffa Talakai just looking to see if he lost at the Sharks, challenging the decision by Ashley Klein.
Siffa Talakai.
All good so far. Just knees it out of his hand. So
John Sewer's just looking to clear the rock. It's a loose carry from Siffa.
Loose ball carry.
Is unsuccessful.
Well, okay, so the Dragons get the ball back. If you broke the Dragons' last 2 sets down on the Sharks line, it wouldn't be pretty to watch. They haven't been great, have they? Finishing that last set with Michael Molo dying with the ball.
Come closer, Sharks.
Would it be the first play? Straight out of the scrum. 3 on each side. Sloan is waiting just to the left of where this scrum is packing. At first receiver if it goes that way. Hunt takes a little look the other way. But here he comes to the Sloan side. There is Sloan. Oh, on 6 again. Here we go. No. Penalty. Oh, look at Lockie Miller. My goodness. A reminder how sharp he is, but it's a Dragons penalty.
Former Sevens rugby player, isn't he? Lockie Miller. Been called offside.
That was you, Jesse.
So this time it'll be a tap.
Jesse Ramian, the player, called offside.
Now, Brandy, there are some that would argue you take the 2 here to get it to a 1-score game. I'm just saying some would argue that, Brandy. But they're going to...
Hang on.
Oh, they are going to go for goal. They are going to go for goal.
Right, Zach Lomax.
Well, the pressure is on Zach.
Get it within 6. Well, I guess if that changes their mindset, if they kick the goal and they're to within 6 points, they then throw caution to the wind.
That's right, but how often? This is where Zach's got to be careful. Can't rush it. Got to get it. You've got to get the kick, even though you don't want to burn too much time. So what, 3 minutes left? They'll get 1 set, maybe 2. So 10 in from touch. This is one of the closer ones he's had tonight. 30 seconds has elapsed. He knows the importance of this. And it feels somehow right, Greg Alexander, that it goes down to the wire because the Sharks have just not been able to put St George Illawarra away, 24-18.
Yeah, no, they haven't. They haven't. They've done a couple of things late in the game in the last 10 minutes that would suggest that they've done everything in their power to keep the Dragons in the game. They're going to take their time. Clock stop, 2 minutes 20.
A massive 2 minutes in the Dragons season's coming up right now. And tomorrow, round 21 coverage wraps up on the Sunday ticket, 1 p.m. from Bundaberg. The Bulldogs hosting the Cowboys there, followed by West Tigers v the Knights.
That's it. And obviously, no game against the Bulldogs is a gimme. Oh, there's a shot there from Mulatalo. They'd love a penalty, no matter how it came the Dragons. That's Michael Molo. 6th game of first grade. 2 tackles gone. Ben Hunt. Now it comes to Armone. And there's Hines. My goodness, Nico Hines has made some tackles tonight, and so many of them important. Sims, haven't really thrown much at them yet, with 2 tackles left in this set. 1:40 with DeBellin. Here we go. Hunt fooled Teague Wilton, but they can't quite take advantage. It's a good play, but it only leaves them with this. Hunt. This will be tough. Miller comes across. A brilliant catch. Jack Bird. Oh, he couldn't quite connect.
Knock on.
Oh, it's a Cronulla knock on. It's a Cronulla knock on.
What an incredible take from Jack Bird. How did he catch that? The floating bomb.
They're going to challenge, are they?
Well, I think they would.
No, they lost their challenge, of course. They lost their challenge, remember, just moments ago. Although, yeah, that looked like it may have brushed Ramian. Oh, there's a streaker. We've got a nut job running to the southern end here. We've got 2 of them, in fact. And there they go. They've got security guards all over them. It's that sort of night.
Jesse.
Now they go into the crowd.
All right, let's go. Come on, guys.
And
All right, we've got no shot clock. One fucking set. Guys, make sure we respond in the rucks, all right?
Well, the Dragons, it did change their mindset. They get to within 6 points. They start to throw the ball around. They should have been doing this 5 minutes ago. They went from side to side. Ben Hunt puts up a speculator. Jack Bird incredibly catches it on the full, and they get a result out of it. Here we go, Dan.
they've stacked them on the right side for now. There's only 2 to the left of the scrum, 4 on the right. It comes to the stack side. Amon! Straight into Hines. Cronulla, they had to go through Golden Point last week. Blake Laurie. Boy, Cronulla's had to do a lot of defending in this second half. Mbai for Amon. Out it comes to Hunt. That play doesn't fool them. Sims goes down. Hunt on the short side. Sloan. Oh, he slipped inside Graham. Great cover by Ramian. Now that's come out.
He's lost it.
What a meek way for their charge to come to an end. They have got a challenge.
And
Not sure they know what they're challenging, but they're challenging.
All right, we have a captain's challenge from the Dragons. They're disputing that they did not knock the ball on, that it's been knocked out by Cronulla.
Okay, well, let's see if that's exactly what happened. Moses Mbai in a dummy half. Quick play the ball from Tyrell Sloan.
If they get this, they'd have one play.
He collides with his own player. He collides into the back of Sloan.
His own player and knocks the ball on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
That's it.
That just about ends the Dragons season.
Let's go, guys.
They had chances tonight. They were down 18-6. They hung in, and Cronulla kept them in.
I just can't work out why we had to get to the final set of the game until the Dragons actually started to play with a bit of width and throw the ball around. Why did it?
Well, let's not discount the possibility of some weird push, because it's been a weird night here at Shark Park at PointsBet Stadium.
Blind in. Don't balk it, Nico. Straight in. Time on. Break.
There it goes.
Your hammer's on home.
And that's it.
Up now.
The Dragons pushed and got the ball back. I was going to bring back Warren Smith. Thank me, now I've seen it all. But we don't have to worry. It's another win for the Sharks. They go equal second. They're going to the finals. The question, can they stay in the top 4? 7 wins from their last 8. And the Dragons, they are now 4 points outside the top 8. Full time at PointsBet Stadium. Cronulla 24, St George Illawarra 18.